everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first time you're joining me, welcome. Thanks. I wouldn't mind the subscribers. Just starting out my channel here, just recently started to craft on it. Prior to that, I did post some cooking videos and some football videos, but anyway, this is only my second scrapbooking layout recorded, not my second scrapbook layout in my books, because I've been doing it since probably I was about 17 or 18, but back then I think I only did it on maybe 8.5 by 11 size. So I've only after that, when I discovered one of the memory keeping, someone invited me to some party, and when I realized that there was such thing as a 12 by 12, I was shocked, and I have never looked back. So anyway, I had a photo of my son in Disneyland. Actually, I think this is the California Adventure side, and it has been floating around in my memories. It pops up in different phone memory apps and Facebook and things, you know, when it reminds you. And I was like, okay, you know, I need to get that on a page. So I remember I had this cute, I came across this cute picture of Chip and Dale, and I decided that it would make a cute cut file to go with this page, because he really didn't want to take a picture with Mickey that day. He was pretty grouchy. I don't know if you have times when you go to Disneyland and your children love to take character photos, and then the very next trip they're like, why do I have to? So I thought this was perfect because it looked like little Dale was hiding here. So anyway, as you might have seen in previous video, I did cut this out and piece it together on there, and if you haven't checked it out, please do so. It's kind of, I find it very soothing to watch people paper piece, but this one I assembled it and did it for you and showed you how to do some accents on the cheeks and the nose and the wink of Stella pen on here to make it glittery. So when I was first designing a layout for it in Design Space, someone had explained that they are able to upload their photos, and then you can kind of make the shape of a square on your canvas and make it to size, and then you can play around with it on Design Space, which I thought, whoa, that's a cool idea, because then I can sort of try to see what size an element or a cut file I would want on my page. And normally you can envision it in your mind, but it was so nice to be able to see it on there. So at first, I tried a bunch of different background colors on the site, and I was thinking, oh, black looks the nicest with it, because I had found this Paige Evans cut file of some stars, and I thought that would be a perfect thing to go with this. And so when I was playing around with it in Design Space, I thought black looked really nice, until I had gone to Walmart and I was flipping through this bright spots, the color by color book, these 12 by 12s, and I kept flipping through and I was like, oh, the colors are so fun. And when I found this color, I'm like, oh, it's so pretty, it kind of reminds me of Mickey's hat. And so I ended up deciding that I wanted to try. So I had the book open and I had the page flipped open, and there was this pretty polka dot paper, and I thought, I kind of like the way those things stand out on the page. It's still, even though it's kind of busy, it still kind of brings these two things to surface. So anyway, I decided then I wanted kind of a black border, since, you know, Mickey's ears are black and the cut files borders are black. So I ended up cutting a 1/4 inch down off of both sides, and then I framed it. I used the entire black piece of cardstock only because this one is pretty thin, so I didn't want to cut the middle out like some people do. I have done that for certain pattern papers, but like I said, this black one is pretty thin, so I thought it'd be okay. So then, playing around with things, I did have, like I said, Paige Evans star cut file, and it was an entire square, but as you can see, I've done oops, I guess it and got twisted. Anyway, I had done some piecing, and I know my photo is quite large. I find like if I don't have more than one character photo, then I tend to print it 5x7 like this, just to see if it will go better by itself. I don't know what this little flaw is, but it should be okay. Anyway, I knew this was going to take up a big portion of that corner, and so I kind of laid it out, and then I thought it'd be kind of cute, since they are in the backlot, for it to look like a film reel. And so I cut this. I tried to do it like a 5x7 because initially I thought I was gonna layer this on here, which could work, but I kind of like the look of it behind, because then it really did look like a film strip to me. And so once I laid it there, I decided I needed to cut some of the stars out because there was just too much hiding behind. So I went ahead and did that, but then as I started to lay things here, I was noticing I didn't need quite so many. There were some more stars in here that I don't need. So I went ahead and drew lines where I didn't think I would need the stars. And I was able to, I did start cutting it here, but I think I need to get rid of a little bit more. Sometimes it's better to go from underneath. You can get closer. I mean, your little fine scissors really does help with that. And so you can kind of get it to whatever portion you need. And if you don't like it, you can cut more off. And then if for some reason you cut too much, then you could always cut another one. So anyway, I think I've basically decided that it's gonna go around this corner. So I might as well just glue that down. So when I'm gluing, I like to use a piece of cardboard. Sometimes they come with your cardstocks, or I've saved it from pattern pieces that I've gotten. And since this piece is kind of big, I'm gonna lay it on here so I don't get glue. Now, obviously this is quite a large piece to be gluing, so I don't know that I'd glue every single star, because obviously by the time I get to the end, I think it'd be dry. But if you can go fast enough to go and do maybe the edges, I don't know, I guess I could always glue some pieces down if it's lifting later. I have a fan on, so I'm afraid my glue might dry. Do you guys have a preference in glue? Anyone try the glitter glue? I have not. I do hear a lot of good things about it. I'm using the Barely Art. Not sponsored. I'm just, like I said, I do try it. It's probably the first thing I got aside from regular tape runners. And it does make for way easier use with these little fine designs. Pretty time consuming. I'm almost wondering if I should piece some down. This might be kind of fun, trying to place without getting glue everywhere. I think it dries clear for the most part, so it should be okay, but I guess when you're trying to do this, never really. This is probably the busiest cut file I've used on any of my pages. I'm only recently started to get into this type of cut files. And so far I like them. I want to learn how to back them. I haven't really done any with the back, like titles and things. Hey, we're reaching the end. There's something pretty satisfying about drawing glue on all these, but I know I personally like to watch glue being put on. But then again, that's just me. So what kind of things do you guys like to scrapbook? For me, I love scrapbooking Disney. There. Now, if I remember correctly, it was sort of, it was going that way. So I'm wondering if putting it upside down would help. Yeah, let's try and do roughly like that. Make sure I have the correct line up. And if I don't get it right, I can straighten it after, but let's do it fast so I can move it. Well, not bad. I'll take that. Move it up just slightly, maybe. And over slightly. Well, let's hope it doesn't lift too much. Don't really intend on having stars overhanging there, but you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, I suppose. My cousin was funny. She pointed out, she watched my first record layout and she goes, "That's just like you. You want to make it perfect." I don't know necessarily about perfect, but I guess I do like being a carpenter's daughter. I was always picking out, since he was a finished carpenter, I always found the little flaws. I could point them out during any construction project. I have little helpers today. These were from Japan and I thought they were super cute. So anyway, okay, I think that works, and if not, we'll move forward and I can always glue stuff down later. So then, like I said, I like this. I need to figure out where it needs to go on the page and get the picture down before I can get the film strip part down. I know I don't want to cut off his hat. Initially I didn't want to cut off Wally either, but I have to allow something to be covered. So then I figured my title can be Backlot Magic, since it is the backlot stage. I know if that's gonna go up, then I'm gonna have to move this down. Really, scrapbooking is about playing. Let's play with your paper. It's kind of why I don't do digital, because I like to play with the paper and touch things, and I like the feel of it. So anyway, I think it's probably going to be roughly around there. So now I need to get the photo down. I don't want to move it too much, but I think I just did. So, oh well, there's no real, sometimes I end up just using glue dots or something to put the photo down, just so that I don't run into the placement being off. So I guess I am a sort of perfectionist when it comes to that, or at least I try to be. Just trying to make sure I have enough room, because if I put it down and I don't, that won't be fun trying to reposition that. Okay, roughly there. Now, I didn't know if I should pop dot this. It would be kind of cute to be raised, but I don't know if it would take away from the photo. I know I don't want Mickey's hat covered. Okay, close enough. So, more glue. This one, since it's not as big, I don't have to use the cardboard. At least I don't think so. Alright. Wow, that glue dried so quickly. I have the fan on here, so I think it's drying out way too quick. Anyway. let's see, we want it over the hat and somewhat on either side, central. Okay, that'll work. I can live with that. At least I think. Okay, now definitely I want to pop dot these. And these, I don't know if folks do that. I'm so hoardy with my supplies that I tend to cut the little things in half, just so that I won't have to worry about replenishing them as fast. I'm gonna just put a few because I don't want it to come out. And I'm gonna pop out this one as well. Do you folks have channels on YouTube? If you do, comment below and I'd love to follow you, or subscribe to me and I'll subscribe back for sure. This is something pretty new to me, recording it. It does seem a bit weird talking to yourself. I think I said that on my very first layout that I recorded, but I guess you know, you can kind of get used to it. Maybe if I get brave enough, I'll go live. But anyway, I named my channel Inked with Elegance because I do love to draw, but I also love to scrapbook and many other things. So I needed a title that would encompass more than one thing. I do dabble in crochet. I just got into making amigurumis like, a year now, last October. And that's been fun, but I actually stopped it for a bit. I need to get back to it. I think I want this in this corner. For some reason, it just seems cute to me. I don't know if I want it hanging. Maybe something like that. Hopefully you guys can see that, because I can't see my camera. My phone is up above me, so I can't tell if it's off the page. And then I have the Cutfile, which is gonna go over here in this corner. So around there, and I think I will pop dot that as well. One thing I like to do on Disney pages, if I remember, is I like to add a hidden Mickey, or if it's not hidden, I just like to add, a Mickey cut to my page, like a head, even though he's there. Usually what I do is when I have leftover paper, I'll punch out little Mickeys. I do have this punch by EK Success, the little Mickey heads. And it's pretty fun, just making little extra ones. I'll probably add one later, but I have to decide what color I want it. It could be, you know, something as simple and tiny as that, just like hidden in the corner, or sometimes I use it for my eyes on words, but I kind of like that heart, so I'm gonna save that there. But I will definitely add a Mickey at some point. Maybe I'll hide it in one of the stars, like in the center of a star. Is there anything you add to your Disney pages that only you know about? Tell me about it in the comments. That would be fun. If you have an Instagram account you want me to follow, you can drop that in the comments too. I do have Instagram under Inked with Elegance as well. I post some completed layouts, some drawings I've done, as well as other odds and ends, photos that inspire me at the moment. I think these cut files add just so much cuteness to a page, and it makes it fun to look at. But what I normally end up doing is after I use them, I delete it out of my design space, because I don't want to normally make a page with the same cut file more than once, unless it's something I bought. If I've just designed it, then sometimes I don't keep it. I'll just get rid of it. I'm seeing some glitter transfer. And then sometimes what I like to do is I'll go back and look to see if anything else needs glitter, or if I'm gonna accent a page and I feel like it needs other things. I've used Nouveau, not just to make dots, but I also use it to like maybe draw on things. The other fun thing that I like to use is glossy accents, and I didn't show it in my other video, but I used glossy accents on the nose and the tongues and his nose. And then later on, if I decide to, sometimes I even put it in the eyes because I like to have that gloss. But basically that's it. All I will probably add to this is, like I said, the hidden Mickey, and like I said, it might like go on a star, but of course that would hide, so which is what you want, but I don't want it to clash. If it's too opposite of a color, your eye is going to go directly to that and not to the photos. So only thing I need to add is a date. I will probably put something either here or on this spot here. And then if I think of anything else, I can add things later. Like another fun one to do is if you have, let's say, a Mickey head like this, what I do also is cut it in half, and then you can put it on the side of like things like this. And like I said, it looks funny because it's plaid coloring, but if it was like solid black, it would accent on there. But if you think of anything else you think I should add, feel free to comment below, and if I use your idea, I may even be able to send you a postcard from Hawaii. So comment in the comments and subscribe to my channel, and I will do a random drawing for a postcard. And if you don't want a postcard, you can just say no thank you. But anyway, I hope you had fun watching me assemble this, and I hope it inspired you to live your best creative life, because believe me, it helps with stress and so many other things. In this day and age, it's fun to get creative. Sometimes fun to even just watch creativity happen when you don't have time to craft yourself. So thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Turn on your notifications to see anything that I've posted.